Well, hello everybody. Good morning. Mark, Everett, John, Infinity, Everett, Larry, Sergio, Dan, David, Valerie, Don, Thrifty, Nifty, Fun. I'm not sure what you left me, the message you left me on the other video, Thrifty. I was like, okay. Anyway, Al, Dex, Kevin, Jim, Michael, if you want to chat with me like all these fine folks tuning in this morning, right here. Click the subscribe button. A few seconds later, you have the live chat enabled. You got to be a subscriber. I had a spam bot come join, so I made it so subscribers you have to be a subscriber to chat. I mean, only makes sense, right? And then if you want to get notifications from YouTube, if it thinks you will watch it, click the bell with the doodads, the notifications. If YouTube thinks that this will be something you will watch, you'll get a notification for it. If not, you won't get a notification for it. They put AI in the notifications. It's super handy, right? I'm like, hey, I want to get notifications, and they're like, no, we're not gonna give them to you. So that's cool. And Ronimer, I sent you a message. I'm going curling. Have fun. Have fun curling. Working the broom. Anyway, Craig, morning. Maurizio, Philip, good morning, everybody. It was on Discord, by the way, the message. Anyway, Amazon, popping, dropping, popping again. PCE, maybe popping. And where are we? Let's look at this real quick. And not with the dumpster fire. Let's go with this. Right here. We came up to key resistance and we went down. Now, the unfortunate thing is that we have overlapped this high, which means this is probably not a wave 4 of this move. I'm going to have to adjust my count. Now, what this could be though, we have come down to a 618 of this entire move up here, this move. So this could be, at this point, this could be a nested set of 1 2 1 2 1 2s. This is interesting because this could project us to much higher levels than I was initially kind of thinking here. Now this could be a sloppy wave 1 up, and we could get a deeper wave 2. And this whole thing could have been the wave 1. This could be a deeper wave 2, and we could go down for a deeper retrace, which at this point, let's pull that over and look at it, where that might be. If we went all the way down here, that support level is right down here. If this was a big sloppy wave 1 of some weird construct with overlapping crap, maybe a diagonal, this is a wave 2. It would come to at least here, possibly even here. So our box is here. I should color it a different color so that we know it's something different. Make it yellow. We could come down to that area. Now, if we come down to that area, though, I have a lot of doubts about continuation higher. We could easily get continuation lower. So this makes it very murky if we don't turn up here. Now, if we turn up here, where we are, recycling back here, put this back on. This was an aggressive move up. This was an aggressive retrace here, right to the 618, right to that. That's where I put that orange. That's why the orange box is there. If this is another nested 1 2, the weird thing here is that this proportion on this thing is kind of weird because how big it is. Now it also, that's like a 1 2 1 3 4 in a diagonal fashion. Could it be starting a correction? This has gotten really messed up. We had nice clarity on going higher, and now there's a lot of grayness that we need some clarity to, some market to set some levels and do some things. Now, does this look like part of a bigger crash? Not really. The way this all shaped out, it's very kind of organized. It's an organized deleveraging through the market. Almost an organized fleecing of investors all through the market. it doesn't look like it's set up for a bigger crash. This is not like an impulsive type move. We don't have the corrective move up to a 618 on a bigger scale where this would indicate we're going on down. This is like the yearly kind of correction. This one's a little bigger than we normally see, but it's just kind of the yearly. I mean, like last year's, we went from August right down here into October, and then we turned the bottom. This one continued through October. You know, we're looking at the last few days here, but when we measure it, if we take this, we measure that size right there, we compare it to this year's move. I mean, we're not even close to the same size. Now, the same size would take us down there to the yellow. So, all in perspective here. Now, is everybody bummed out? Yeah. Everybody I see talking to me is pretty bummed out, pretty freaked out with this move. I don't see continuation. We keep grinding lower, grinding lower. You know, we'll get a bigger move down. We're right on support. Look at this. I mean, we came down to test this April-May consolidation. We were right there in February. I mean, we've gone nowhere. We're right in the same vicinity that we were back here in September a year ago, that we were in May 18 months ago, that we were back here in April 21. This is right back to that, almost the flip point in the market, if you will. Can we find support here? Time's going to tell. I think we're pretty dang close. I mean, look. It was a resistance support level, support resistance level, support, 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 resistance, resistance, support, resistance, 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 support. We've been here a bunch of times. Can we turn it up here? Maybe. Does it look like we could? Yeah, it looks like we could. And if this is the case, then we can grab the right fib levels here. That one needs to go away. This becomes potentially the operative target on the next move. And we haven't even discussed the nested moves here. Go for that one. Get rid of that one. There we go. So right up there, 5,000 becomes the next move. And then we have the rest of it to go. So that could take us up to 6,000. So the top may be higher than I was kind of initially looking at here. Kind of interesting. You know, the 5,300 would be the classic wave 3 target. So we could go into a bullish period, even though everything looks pretty dang horrible. I'm not going to lie. I mean, the news out there, everything looking pretty gnarly. All right. Everything looking pretty gnarly. So, yeah, thanks for replying, Rungemer. Got the message. I'll read it in a minute. I just want to, touch base with you that so far the correction hadn't done anything actually that I wasn't expecting. This looks like a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Where does this 5 stop? I was kind of expecting it to stop at the 4160. We got a little bit below it. We came down and hit that resistance, support, that support resistance zone that we've had for years. It's not just local, and it wasn't just this year. It's been 21, 22, 23. It's been support resistance for 3 years. We've come back down to it. Does it hold? Quite likely. I mean, it took us like almost a month and a half to get through it on the way up. And when you go back to February, it took February, March, April, May. It took 4 months to get the energy to go through it. Why wouldn't we come back and revisit? So, just keep it in mind. All right. Now, could we turn and burn here? Yeah. I am A lot of things I'm seeing in the market, a lot of divergence, and we may just rock it off and get one of these big up days. Did we get it yesterday? No. Did we get it today? I don't know. Did we get it Monday? Again, I don't know. Did we get it Tuesday? I don't know. Is it Wednesday after the FOMC? Maybe. This is the hard part about when's the bottom. And if you stay out of the market and wait for confirmation, you're going to miss a big up day. But I'm not saying go all in yet. All right, there will be a retrace. It's not going to be back to this area probably. I mean, it could, but probably not. When we're going to move up, we're going to make a retrace, probably hold a 50 or 618, and then we'll go up even bigger. And right now, that's looking like somewhere up in this neighborhood. And this is going to be way out next year. Now, this kind of aligns with Bitcoin. Also, pretty much looking super bullish. Now, could we go even deeper? Yeah, we could. This could all be the first move up. This could be the deeper retrace. And this just be the big 1-2. And it could be even higher. All right. If that was the case, we'd be looking at something like, adjust this really quickly. That down there. This would come down here. And we'd be looking, yeah, same sort of area, but 5,500. And that would just be the wave 3. And then we would do a 4-5-6. I mean, 4-5. And potentially on up there like 6,000. So stay tuned. We're not there yet. We're still stuck in the micros here, stuck in the prices that we have, looking for the bottom of this correction. So still looking for the bottom. That's where we are. Now, yeah, we busted through that support and just kind of retesting that. That's the long and the short of it. Now, Amazon. I thought yesterday we may go to the bottom. We kind of came down to the middle. We got the pop, we got the drop, we got the pop, and we're about to open and be above the support box. We tested down into it. This thing could be a rip. Definitely. Now, one interesting thing Goose sent me this morning. I've been kind of looking for it. He sent it to me based on ETFs. I've been looking for sectors. ETFs are kind of like the sectors. XLY has been the most beat down sector of this correction. What's a big component of XLY? Amazon. If you don't know how to look it up, come over here, you go XLY. Don't add the extra characters. Top holdings right there. You come in here, top 3 holdings, Amazon, Tesla, McDonald's. Right there. XLY has been the most beat down ETF, the most beat down sector out of this correction. Oil has been the top performer. Energy. So we're likely to see rotation. This is how I knew oil was going to outperform, or how I had a good feeling oil was going to outperform back at the end of the second quarter. Now that we're in the end of the third quarter, XLY highly likely to outperform, this sector right here into the fourth quarter. Does it have to? No. Is it highly likely? Kind of. We tend to see this rotation. Whatever's on the bottom comes back out of the bottom. All right. Just sharing one of the things I watch. So, a little bit of a somber tone today because, hey, I understand. I'm in the correction with you. It sucks. All right. Where's the bottom? Not sure yet. The S5FI still holding the higher low. We're just days away from popping out of here. Is it today? I don't know. Is it tomorrow? I don't know. Is it, tomorrow being Monday? Is it Tuesday? I don't know. Is it Wednesday when the FOMC meets? I don't know. Yeah, my crystal ball is rough on time. I get the price levels right. Time is the hardest part of this thing for me. Maybe at some point down the road I'll figure it out, and time will become crystal clear, and I'll be the market omniscient, have the ability to predict it all. Now, I do have to say though, All trading involves a substantial risk of loss. Past performance not necessarily indicative of future results. This presentation intended to be informational, educational, fun, and entertaining. It is not a recommendation to buy or sell anything, financial instrument or subscriptions or anything. All right. Make sure you trust the people you're buying subscriptions from. If you're just watching, you're watching a webinar, be careful. It's probably an ad written by crafty copywriters. All right. Make sure you trust the person you're buying from. If somebody new, you've never heard of them, it's likely you're just falling for some marketing bullcrap. All right. Don't buy stocks, don't buy options, don't buy cryptos, don't buy Forex, don't buy futures, don't buy any of that stuff. Don't sell it. You can and will lose money. I may never be right again. And if you desire personal financial advice, you got to hire and consult a financial advisor. That's not me. All right. Moving on down the road. So today, let's look at the economic calendar here. Let's put it on today. Rolling on down. We had core PCE coming in line. Interesting. So Powell next week, likely to just hold. That's what they've been out beating the drum on for the last 2 weeks or so. They're just going to hold. I think the bond market's tightened financial conditions enough that they don't need to do anything right now. We have a revised consumer sentiment coming out at 10 a.m. So about 30 minutes from now. Market just opened. And we're going to start the worldwide daylight savings time shift here. So everything's kind of aligning that we're going to get a big pop. And, the market opens up. It's positive. Can we launch out of here? Yesterday could have been the low. Very well. That may very well be the low that we have that holds for a good long time. Could we go lower? You're sure as blink. Sure as shoot we can. All right. Nothing has fully resolved yet. The bottom doesn't look necessarily set, although that's looking like a 4-5, looking like the 5 waves down that I've been looking for. I just don't know on the super micro if that was enough to be the end. A little bit of debate on what we've done overnight. Look, it went kind of sideways and choppy and nasty. Look, that doesn't look like a firm reversal. That looks kind of like what we did over here. See that choppy bull shirt we did? That same kind of choppy bull shirt we did right there. Could get another extension down. Need to start being above the roadmap line on these smaller time frames. Staying above. Making some progress back up. Making some higher highs. That's what I'm watching. NQ, same sort of situation. We finally got my target. Finally closed the gap. Now we need to firm up a reversal and get the fudge out of the bottom here. Russell. That one actually, it's mucky, but actually looks like a little bit stronger pattern for a reversal setup, but still holding that 30-minute with the lower highs there. That's the only thing that mucks it up. Now, interestingly enough, EEM, emerging markets, potentially holding a cleaner pattern up off the lows right there. So that'll be interesting. If emerging markets lead us out of the bottom. Oil, let's flip back to the daily. Still looks like it wants to reach down, make that lower low, clean this up before we can get a setup to go higher. I'm not as excited as I usually am because I'm frustrated with the market. Everything's really mucky and muddy, and I dislike when the market does this, but it typically makes it really muddy, frustrates the most amount of people it possibly can, and then makes a move. Like that, think about it. How many times have you been here where you're like, gosh darn it, nobody's right. Nobody on mainstream media, even JT, I don't know. He's so wishy-washy. I know Beth has told me that before. She's frustrated when I get wishy-washy. It's tough right before the market turns. I tend to be more optimistic on my timeline and think it's going to turn before it does. So be careful out there. Gold still holding up right in the zone. waiting. This reminds me a lot of Bitcoin too. Hanging out, consolidating right at the highs, about to go. This breaks out, it's probably not coming back. Same with Bitcoin. This breaks out, probably not coming back. Now, a classic thing would be to retrace to the 100 to the breakout, but we can just consolidate right here at the 1272, pop the 1618, possibly even get continuation even higher. I voted on X. You know, there was a poll put out by Bitcoin on X, Twitter. Do you think we see 40,000 or 30,000 first? I think we see 40,000 before we see 30 again. And I'm not sure we're going back down to 25 ever again. That may have been the last time we ever see 25 ever again. At least for a long, long, long time. Ether still chugging higher, just grinding out higher, making higher highs. That's beautiful. We may see Ethereum pop up to this $2,300 area. Grind up a little bit, retrace to the breakout level. You know, Ethereum's on a little different path. Bitcoin's sitting up there, a new high for the year, while Ethereum is still down here, below the 618 even. We haven't even confirmed that we're likely to go up here yet. So be careful. Ethereum is lagging, and it's not confirming that we're going higher yet. We are above the roadmap line. We could retrace back to it. We barely had a retrace. That little retrace there popped up. Haven't gotten another one. Probably come up here, probably retrace, then go. It may have some more chop to do some positive action. Now, I don't know that they didn't mess it up by going proof of stake last year. So Ethereum may never come back from going proof of stake. This could just be a consolidation. We see this come up and then it drifts on down again. DXY churning at the top of the range here. This is dollar index. If you're unfamiliar, just churning, finding resistance. The support is down here. We're stuck in that range. We're at the top of it. We may come down to the roadmap line before we break out and go to 108. I'm kind of thinking that we may see 108. I mean, look, this was a three-wave retrace. This move up, retrace, pop out, and go up to that 108 area. I'm thinking that's what we're about to do before we can turn down and go. Now, some will say that we need the dollar to break before the market can go higher. Okay. Sometimes we don't. We're all entitled to our opinions. It's what makes a market. Melly. Now let's go through what's actually been moving today. Now the market's open a little bit. Melly consolidating under the roadmap line. Mercalibro, however you say that. Mercado Libre. Hablo un poquito español. Stuck under the roadmap line. That can be extension lower. I thought back here that we may need a retrace. It may be from up here now. Still kind of expect that. DXCM popping but dropping. Yeah. S&P showing a little weakness, not getting the strong continuation. We may need one more dip to clean it up. I'm not sure. That looks like three waves up. We could come retest the roadmap line. Not overly enthusiastic about that pattern right there. Yeah. And what Goose just brought up about Bitcoin is important too, that a lot of the miners are, it's really break even at 35, and which is right in the neighborhood where we're sitting. So a lot of the miners did all their financing based on Bitcoin at 35,000. Well, this is like 2 years ago when we were on the way up, 3 years ago even. They did a lot of financing of their machines at 35,000. We've been sitting under 35,000 for a good long while. There was a big assumption that we would not go back below 35,000. We went down to 25, and it kind of wrecked a lot of finance, a lot of balance sheets, a lot of plans. So there is some significant resistance getting back through that 35 because that's a magic level where everybody did their financing. Everybody, all the bajillion, hundreds of thousands of mining machines that got sold. Now you might wonder, let's just diverge here for a second. Hopefully this won't try to log me in. Look at this right here. Let's go to Bitcoin miners. Look at these. Ant miners, right? These S19s that are so popular, 1,500 euros. Now, those are the old ones. But look at the new ones, the 19J Pros, $1,800. We actually look at the Pro Pluses, $1,900. Let's get down to some cool new stuff, right? These 19Ks, 2,400 euros. These water-cooled Pro Pluses, 2,400. Moving on down, Antminer Pro Hydros, 1.77 terahashes, 2,700. Antminer T19 Hydros, 3,400, 145 terahash. That was less. 191 terahash right there, 3,700 bucks. These XPs, 3,800 bucks. 19 Hydros, 4,600 bucks. Antminer S21s. We're looking at S19s, S21s, new series, 200 terahash, 4,800 euros, 21 Hydros, 335 terahash, substantially more, almost 6,000 euros just for one machine. Now, the facility here in Knoxville that I've worked on has thousands. Like, they have these container buildings set up. And you can see like upwards of, I think, 3,000 of them just in one container. And they got rows and rows and rows and rows of these. That's a lot of money. And they're ant miners. They're Bitmain's ant miner. The facility here is a Bitmain. It's owned by Bitmain. The people that make these ant miners, Bitmain ant miner. So there's a lot of money in this. And you can mine all these different coins. Hydro means it's water cooled. Now, profit calculator. This is interesting. You look at the most profitable coins right now. Antminer KS3. That's mining COSPA. You make $3,000 a day with that miner right there. Of course, it cost about 33,000 euros. Don't even have a page for it. So I keep up with all this stuff. Yeah, there's another. 33,000 euros for that one. Make it about 3,000 bucks a day. So, that's a month. Excuse me, 3,000 bucks a month. So, gonna take you 11 months, 12 months to break even. That's if the price of COSPA and everything holds up. So, interesting, right? Anyway. A lot of those did those financing of those expensive S19s, which were top of the line. Now the new machines are the top of the line. And when we look down through here at the new machines, don't even see them on here. They're way on down the list, making less than 40 bucks a day. They're gonna have to run them for a good long time. There's the S19 right there, 98 bucks a day. There's that Hydro right there. Almost 300 bucks a day. There's that S21 right there, 134 bucks a day. That's at retail prices. So, NVIDIA, I saw this head and shoulders pattern posted on Twitter. Be cautious. It may not play out. When everybody starts seeing it, they tend to not work. So just be careful. We may see it play out. When a lot of people start seeing it, though, they tend to break the pattern. MDB. Yeah, I said day. I meant month. Sorry about that. MDB just stuck on the roadmap line here. Can we get off? I'm not sure. That's a set of lower highs. We do have a downtrend going. Got to get above that before we can go higher. Otherwise, we may continue down. FNGU, touched down in the 30s, getting a little pop today. Still same resistance, basically same zone. Didn't really move, even though we made the low. Still a downtrend, just like all the other NASDAQ-y things. Let's go. Break it up. Let's go. Let's get out of here. MSTR showing a little pop early. Get a little retrace. Bitcoin just still in being unenthusiastic at this moment. Tesla still consolidating. May push down to this zone right down in here. Everything, you know, be careful what I said there. You remember, XLY been underperforming. Amazon, Tesla, McDonald's, Nike, those kind of things potentially going to outperform in Q4. SMCI, almost to the roadmap line. One more spike down. That one can be done with this pattern. One more push down. MASI, no idea what. Massimo, MedTech, be careful. Biotech type stuff. Meta, showing a little pop. It looks like it wants to reach one more little reach down and actually touch the roadmap line. We got close yesterday. Could that be close enough? Yeah, it could. I think we need one more little push lower than the low we had back here. One more little reach before we clean this up, but that could be it. That could be all she needed. She can break out and go at this point. We've held that resistance, though. Held it once, held it twice. Can we break through this time? 344, 362, and if we can really get sparky, up here, 460 on Meta. RMD, ResMed, that's your CPAP machines, continuing to be pretty horrible based on the GLP-1 stuff, and their earnings report kind of beating on the top, missing on the bottom. Well, that's kind of in line on the top, missing on the bottom. We may see it go lower. A lot of people thinking there's less demand for those CPAP machines as the GLP-1 drugs get more popular. More insurance covers them. Snow, we're below that support line that I warned about. That tips the odds to, like, I'm going to say 65% that we're going down here at this point. We get below that 786, it cranks up to 70%. You know, just based on the roadmap line, we're probably getting close to 70%. It is popping back above that line. Anything lower, we're probably heading down to 100 instead of up to 200. Now, if the market can turn here and burn, that's great. We start breaking above this little mini downtrend, probably going up instead of down. 65% with that touch down here, that we're probably coming down to 100. Be careful on snow. Been saying that for months, it feels like. AER, stuck on the roadmap line. The opportunity just not sure on a lot of this stuff. PNW tried to break out, came back down, may want to touch the roadmap line. It's been since August since we've been down there. AMD, back down to the lows. Below 96. Odds are we're going down here. We did it once. We came up, bounced off the resistance. We may go on down on AMD. That's not looking too good. Not looking too good at all. Broke below the trend line even. Made a lower low. I'm sorry to say that odds are we're going down here to this 75 to 80 area. More than likely, that's what it looks like, unless we just rip out of here right now. Any more continuation lower, it really is kind of setting us up to go on down the toilet. Yeah, no bueno. Exactly. Arturo. Align. Looks like it's going to continue the descent. 107, 110 area right down here, probably the target. INTC. That could be positive. We break above this high, get back above. And back above these highs at 37, 42, 45 on the upside. PDD. Continuing to try to work on the breakout there. I think I removed all that fib yesterday. No clear extension at the moment, but running the fib here. 118, 133 would be the upside resistance for this move off that low. RTO, wow. Lower low, lowest low. How low can she go? You can see move down to 20 on RTO. CHTR. Golly, man. I don't know on charter. That's gnarly. That looks corrective up off these lows too. We're in a support zone down to 359. Start getting below that, we could work on an extension lower down to 250. EMPH. Dang, man, that thing keeps on, like, it may be going for the extension down here at 50. Not far to go. GTLS. That one's definitely ripping now. You may see that one extend down to 80. SNY. Wow. A lot of this stuff that was strong getting hit. It could be a measured bounce. That was kind of a bullish move up, and this has been a nice correction. Upside potential, if we get back above the roadmap line, could be up here in the 60 to 70 area. PTCT. Golly, man. That's a biotech and a dumpster fire. Be careful. DEO. Working on the extension to 143 on the downside. SEDG. And definitely consolidating at that 78 fib line. I hate to look at what the fib lines are below that, though. Next support down, probably down here. Wow, how the mighty have fallen. Ouch. CVX. Well, probably going down to this 139 area. I'm not even sure what the heck. Must have moved a fib line at some point. Yeah. So we dropped off that, came up to the 618, turned down there, probably come down to 139 at the minimum, if not 131. Come down there, turn up again, get above the rough line. We could go out to 200 area. HES. Right back to the roadmap line. Classic retrace. Can we hold it? I don't know. That was a buyout, right? CVX buying out HES. Pretty sure. That was the news. Yeah, Chevron going to buy Hess. So Hess is being bought out by Chevron. Yeah, if I said anything that you like or didn't like, give me a thumbs up or down or whatever. Interact with the video. I appreciate it. And ABVV probably coming down here. NVO. Caught that one. I don't have a mute button. Sorry about that. Blew you out a little bit. NVO. Probably coming back to the roadmap line. JPM below the roadmap line. At this point, high, Swing. And we've got a little bit lower to go. Bottom of the box, 136, possibly extension down to 131 before we can find the bottom here. Yeah, so that's the target area right now on JP Morgan, and we're almost there. Should be able to touch in there, maybe extend down to the 131, then turn back above the roadmap line, and go up for the extensions, which wrong one. At that point, we'll probably be up around 164, 165 area. All right, buys for the day, still hunting the bottom. Almost back to zero. Probably going to go lower low, clean it up. Like I said, the ES was very muddy overnight, and we can't go higher with a muddy pattern here. We're probably going to dip lower, clean it up before we can go higher. I do think that we're just hunting the bottom of this correction. Like everything is diverging. All the internals, all the MACDs, the AOs, all the things are creating giant divergences. And even S5FI, this is a divergence right here. Created a higher low. This thing is diverging, all right? We're not, as we push lower, this thing's not making a lower low. That's divergence. Be careful. We've got a big update coming. It's brewing. All the things are in here, the making for a huge update. I just don't know when it comes. I don't know if it comes today. I don't know if it comes Monday. I don't know if it's Tuesday. I don't know if it's Wednesday on the FOMC. I don't know. All right. Have a good weekend, everybody. I'll be back again on Monday going through it. I'll be in Discord the rest of the day going through it. Trying to keep up to date. If we can make that flush out and reverse, then I'll be on top of it. All right. I'll be beating the drum. I'll see you Monday. Make sure you're subscribed. Make sure you like the video, interact with it, share it with a friend, all those things. I appreciate it. Bye for now. Have a good day. Stay safe out there.